This is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Justin Case. We want to begin tonight with a frightening video out of Laurel County. A viewer sent us this video from earlier this morning. You can see these children running to the stopped school bus when a fast-moving SUV narrowly misses them. The mom walking behind them can't believe what she's just seen. It all happened on East Kentucky 80. She says she reached out to the Laurel County Sheriff's Office, but it's not clear if the driver of the SUV will be charged. Soccer balls and hundreds of shin guards stolen from a Knott County soccer league. Kickstart Soccer is a program for more than 240 kids in the county, but someone stole their equipment Tuesday. They asked the public to help find it, and in turn, the public did much more. They helped them continue their league.
As a result of everything that's happened to us here in the past just couple of days, our community has really banded together, and we have, just since last night, received more funding than we even have that's necessary for us to replace everything that we need.
Anyone with information is asked to contact the Knott County Sheriff's Department. An Eastern Kentucky hospital is in dire need of some help. Either they find some financial stability or it could close. For the Bell County community, that would mean a loss of numerous jobs and even fewer options for health care. It's a story we've been following for a while now. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds tells us how Pineville city officials have stepped in.
Friday will make 2 pay periods, come and gone.
And you know, I do understand people saying, why are you still there? Why are you still there?
Leaving working employees with empty wallets.
If we don't get a paycheck tomorrow, I would assume that all my employees have told me they will not be back.
Deepening an understaffed and hazardous situation for patients.
Guys, we've got a decision to make. We can either step in and try to prop it up so we can get somebody to run it, or we can let them close it.
But Pineville Mayor Scott Maiden says he is doing everything he can to cut ties with current management and owners. City officials say they are striving to make the best decision for staff and the community they live in.
I'm Pineville crazy, and I know that. I got that from my father. But I think the Pineville Community Hospital can and will be a thriving part of this community once again.
Maiden says he is making a passionate plea that employees will stay until a final decision is made, as he is trying to stop the issues at hand and move forward in a positive direction. In Bell County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
We reached out to hospital administration officials as well, and they did not want to comment. Now to Pike County, where the landfill is close to capacity. At Tuesday's Pike County Fiscal Court meeting, a representative from Geosentech broke things down for the court, saying the landfill will run out of room by the year 2020. The company laid out options for the county's potential landfill expansion. They say expansion would be more feasible than the county taking on the expense of closing it.
I think the word you said was catastrophic financially for the county. It would be about a $10 million hit if we shut down the landfill.
Yeah, I'm trying to not be dramatic, but yes, it's major, many millions of dollars.
Jones says there is a lot to the process of expanding. He says the court has not yet decided which route it will take in addressing the issue, but is working to make sure it does what is best for the county. It was about 2 weeks ago when the mayor of Prestonsburg made the announcement that the city was looking at creating an exploratory committee. The committee would be tasked with looking at the positives and negatives of creating an independent school district within the city of Prestonsburg. The mayor says he has no complaints with the superintendent or Floyd County Schools. He says it's just time they explore the option. The committee will explore the idea of building new schools inside city limits. With a new school system, school taxes within the city of Prestonsburg would then go to the school district, meaning money could be taken away from county schools.
We were looking for an exploratory committee, if anybody was interested in being on it, for an independent school. No complaints with the superintendent or anybody like that. We just think it's time that we at least take a look at it.
We did talk with Floyd County School Superintendent Danny Atkins on the phone. He says, quote, "We will continue to do what's best for the students of Floyd County to serve them as best we can, and I feel like we do an excellent job of that," end quote. It was 1 month ago when city officials in Martin approved an annexation proposal, one that expresses their intent to annex more than 600 acres of state highways surrounding the city. Now a 60-day window has been opened where people living in the proposed areas can sign a petition to force the proposal to the November ballot. But there's a problem with that. As I learned today in talking with the county clerk, no one living in the proposed areas is legally allowed to sign the petition. Floyd County Clerk Chris Waugh says no registered voters live on or own the roadways. That means no one is legally allowed to sign the petition opposing the current ordinance.
Neither one of them would qualify under that petition. And so in just taking in the road, no, there wouldn't be anything that, any petition that would validate going on a ballot because there isn't anybody to vote on it.
He says the city of Prestonsburg once tried to annex Highlands Regional Medical Center. When 2 people moved into the hospital, they became eligible to petition. Waugh says the same can be done with local businesses if the city of Martin attempts to annex those properties.
I actually went out there to verify it, and I seen right there, I seen where they lived at, had all their stuff in there, so they was there, and they did vote, and it killed the annexation.
At least 50% of the registered voters or property owners have to sign the petition to force the issue on the November ballot. Waugh says the challenge can be determining the total number before you can determine what 50% is.
It's extremely hard for a county clerk to be able to have to go into an area, especially if it became an extremely large area, to be able to have to go in there and find out who all these property owners are, who all the resident voters are who live in that area, in order to get to that number of 50%.
People who own businesses along the proposed areas have already said they are prepared to move into their businesses so they can oppose annexation. Others are preparing to take their message of opposition door to door.
We're going to put a campaign out there to show the people what it actually costs them to live in the city of Martin.
If the city of Martin annexes the businesses along the roadways, it would add new taxes to all the businesses. Terry Thornsbury says he is prepared to fight that by any means necessary.
And we will petition to do away with the city of Martin if it goes to ballot.
Many waiting anxiously to see how city officials will move forward. City officials have said annexing the roadways alone does not benefit the city of Martin. They say the only benefit they could see is a financial one if they choose to move forward with annexing the businesses along the state highways.
We saw a few of those scattered rain chances moving through our area today. Some were lucky and some were unlucky who saw those rain chances. You'll notice as we take a look at London along Interstate 75 where they saw a little bit more rain than others today. Those scattered showers really on and off throughout the day. You'll notice satellite and radar, really those best chances remain to the west and definitely to the north, that big sandy region, and especially areas along I-64. Saw a little bit more rain than most of us today. Not all of that you're seeing though actually touch the ground. Now temperatures there into the upper 60s to lower 70s, and that cloud cover overnight will actually keep us pretty warm. We'll only see those temperatures drop into about those low to mid 60s. A stray shower is possible, but I do think we remain mostly dry tonight and see those showers really start to pick up once again as we head into those morning hours. So a few showers are possible tomorrow as that cold front continues to work into the mountains. Bad news is it looks like that soggy weekend continues, and then sunshine does return, and I'll let you know when in a little bit. Justin.
Paige, thank you. Buckhorn Lake State Resort Park will soon sell alcohol. In this coin flip decision last November, it was determined the lodge would sell alcohol, beer, wine, and liquor by the drink. Some were up in arms in Buckhorn, while others rejoiced at the move, expecting it to bring more business to the struggling park. Mayor Tom Burns is skeptical, but knows this is a move not to change a way of life, but to try to preserve a struggling gem.
Yeah, I could really understand where they were coming from too, because of the concern that we all have about the future of the lodge.
Alcohol sales are expected to be fully up and running by Memorial Day weekend. An employer partner signing took place at Hazard Community and Technical College earlier today, recognizing an agreement to create a 3-year apprenticeship program in Hazard and Perry County. The K-Tech model will provide students with hands-on experiences, allowing them to job shadow during their freshman and sophomore years, progressing toward a paid internship program.
These students are getting what they need to be successful in the workplace, and also the employers are getting the type of employee that they need.
Yes, the end goal is for us to be competitive in the workplace throughout the country and throughout the world. And so with that in mind, again, you have to have people with education, you have to have skilled laborers.
This program is focused on healthcare and information technology. High school students can begin participating in this project as early as the fall of 2019. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell is facing backlash tonight over a new shirt being sold to raise money for his re-election campaign. The shirt plays off a line in a competitor's campaign ad a couple years ago. This has some calling for the senior senator's campaign staff to pull the shirts. As Amber Philpott explains, one Central Kentucky mother says the crude shirts are no joke and only a slap in the face to those on the front lines of the opioid crisis.
This is the shirt Team Mitch says helped break a single-day online fundraising record Thursday. The Cocaine Mitch t-shirt features a faceless figure and on the back reads cartel member. Despite its popularity, it is not sitting well with some.
When I saw the shirts, my heart stopped. I was just like, how could our leader support this in the state that our state is in?
Lexington mother Tanya Meeks knows the heartache of what drugs can do to a family. She never knew the hold it had on her son Seth until it was too late.
In December of 2014 is when I learned about his heroin use, and it was only after his death that I learned that he was using heroin.
Since that day, Meeks has worked to make sure other parents don't face the same reality as her family.
I partnered with a local physician, and we created the Narcan program, and we've been passing out Narcan throughout Kentucky for the last 4 years.
So that's why when she saw this t-shirt, she was so offended. Meeks writing a letter to Senator McConnell and taking to change.org to ask the senator to stop selling the shirts and instead donate the money to addiction recovery services.
I felt like they're glorifying drug use. And to me, I was horrified as a mother who has actually lost a child to drug use. I was absolutely appalled.
Senator McConnell's campaign disagrees and instead says no one has done more in Congress to fight drug addiction than McConnell. It's a statement Tanya Meeks doesn't buy.
I don't feel like he's part of the solution. He's actually becoming part of the problem.
Again, that was Amber Philpott reporting. Senator Mitch McConnell's camp wanted to point out the record-setting $87 million grant he recently announced for the University of Kentucky last month to combat the opioid epidemic. At last check, 150 people had signed Tanya Meeks' petition online. Coming up at 11, new developments in the case of a missing toddler in Texas.
And we continue to see those gloomy conditions, but for how long? We'll break down that full forecast in just a few short minutes.